Fragmentation and reunification around symbols, institutions, hierarchies, structures. It's interesting to me to watch you very winsomely and compellingly create a vision for reunification. And so I see all those pieces and I say, none of this is incidental.
Like, how does this work?
This is deep in your story.
Mm.
I do believe Eastern churches will have a role to play, and if there is ever a true reunion of the Catholic Church with the Orthodox Church, I'm not talking about a political one just for expedient reasons. I'm talking about an actual theological, reunification between the two churches. The Eastern Catholic Church is going to play a major role in that.
At least hope that's where we are. We're at the point where we're reunifying because it seems necessary, but it's also, it seems like it's one of those mythologically reoccurring themes.
Yes.
And I think that the approach that you take as a minister, of course, as a pastor, is important because it's trying to do the same thing, I think, to a degree that maybe other people are trying to do in a more secular fashion, which is to bring people back to these foundational stories. And the reason why I think that the character arc's mission to me is important is because what I'm hoping, at least, and what it seemed to have been able to do in the past, is be like a gateway towards a deeper understanding of the religious stories.
What does the kingdom of God look like, or the parousia, the reconciliation of all things, when we as saints or the church or the bride of Christ mend the division and reunify the things? What does reunification look like? Because if being entails duality and division and night and day and differences, what then does reconciliate? And somehow this is connected to a thing I've been contemplating, and I don't even know what it means, but it's something. Being is good, creation is good, God is good, and we stop trying to conform everything to our image and to our judgments and the way that we think it should be. And then simultaneously, and I know this makes no sense, but simultaneously nothing changes and everything changes.
Luke, this is the new heaven and the new earth, okay? So you have this teleological new heaven and new earth, the destruction of all things, but it's fractal, right? When you reconcile things, multiplicities, particulars, when you bring them together in your own life, in your mind, let's say, suddenly you're living in a new heaven and a new earth. Right? Nothing is the same anymore. This is what reconciliation does, right? Reconciliation creates new heavens and new earths. Every single day, it does that.
Oh, fi. Oh, Fiuk. Oh, Fiukin. Oh, Fiukin. Oh, Fiuchan. Oh, Fiuchan. Oh, Fiuchan. Maybe the stream of Fiuchan. This thing you just watched, it's called Reunification, and it was by Rascal, and it's on her channel probably still. What the is going on with you, StreamYards? Seriously though. Hi. This is a November's End live stream by Grimgriz on the Grimgriz channel. It's what if but there. Okay, this and that. What are you doing? Oh, ready to use combination. Don't quit that. Oh, this is terrible. They did it. Player branding. I'm up in the thing.
It's a whisper in your ear, now listen here. Remember, embody, it's all so clear. No hidden strings, no puppeteer. We're by your side, have no fear. I cherish truth. I cherish truth. Remember, embody, there is no agency. We want what's best for you.
I'll see you in cell. What? Oh, what? I was just thinking how YouTube wants me to do vertical live streams, and it's better to be desktop than incel. Well, it's a Saturday night. It's the end of November. Maybe not where you are yet, but it's ended over here. So I thought it would be a good time for us to have a stream that everybody likes. And I'm all hopped up on this here, the general grind. The coffee you can get in a bag like this from Evansville Coffee and that link at the top of the thing. Check this out, man. I'm so excited. My bag is on the coffee. No, my mug is on the. It's that you can get a 2-week subscription. I think that means they send it to you every 2 weeks, or just once for set prime 17s. And I think they have free shipping on if you buy a lot. Oh, there's a cat. It's getting cold outside. Player branding.
So say we all. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Ho, ho, ho.
How this could be used.
Oh, not that one. Okay, and then if you look here on it. It says, we've combined two of our most delicious origins, washed Ethiopian Guji and honey processed Colombian. Honey processed, whatever that means. It's delicious AF, and it keeps me up on this Saturday night for the November's End live stream. Yes, I will go head to head with Saturday Night Live. They're terrible now, right? And I think, what do you guys think? Should you get savings throws on a Saturday Night Live stream? I mean, on a Saturday stream that's at night and live. Should you get? You want some savings throws? You get a card. You get the Queen of Spades as the casino deck card of the show. So yeah, I'll give you some savings throws.
Remember, embody, there is an agency. We want what's best for you.
Today, I have a very exciting announcement.
It's very
I have
quiet.
completed writing.
It's a
the book
very
that I've
exciting
been
announcement,
for
but it's very quiet.
a half or so.
So let's see what it says. Today I have a very exciting announcement. I have completed writing the book that I've been working on for a year and a half or so, and I want to share it with you here. And this is a massive tome. This is actually not what the final version will look like. As you can see, this is not for resale. This was the author's proof that I ordered. And it's going to be scaled. Anyway, he's got a book available. I don't have the link on hand. You're getting savings throws. All right, you're sitting in a room there. You're sitting in a room, and with a couple other guys, and then a guy comes in with a gun, and the other two guys both tell the guy to kill you. What's the most important thing? What's the most important thing? The mind of the man with that gun, and that's why we as humans have been practicing a practice we call mind control. Ever since the smart guys were tired of getting beat up all the time. And now we've developed for you, a savings throw against it. You see, if you choose between survival, social, wisdom, or the power of your heart, as how you resist your resistance to the mind control, what attribute will you use? All you have to do is choose survival, social, wisdom, or heart. And then I roll the die. And if the die is 10 or higher on the die you chose, then you've made your savings throw. Half damage. Woo! If it's under 10, you take full damage, but you're always taking full damage all the time. All the time. So it's worth a shot, right? Survival, social, wisdom, or heart. Choose. Survival is with the Prime 19 this Saturday, November's end stream. Oh, that's neat. Socialists 5. You guys are on a tough streak, and you survivalists had +3 from the 20 on the last stream. So, you're over 20. You're gonna be great. You might even take a quarter damage. How does that work? We're lovers of wisdom, disciples. I guess that means pay attention. And hard folks, priming it up with the survivalist tonight with the 19 as well. Indigo kids. 9. No. No, I'm 9. That indigo kid. No, you guys, those guys.
I left brain the shit out of it. Look at me for a second. All right.
see no reason why we can't develop a logical relation from time to come. Granted, it's defective at the present time.
Now, my color's off. I think I gotta find the hexadecimal for indigo and put it in there because I clicked the wrong thing. It's a terrible mess. It's a terrible mess back here. The ship is still afloat. And running on delicious the general grind with washed Ethiopians or something. Agency deck card of the show. The three of diamonds. Hi, Tulsi. I'll start first. By letting you know. Speaking of agency deck, I'll start first by letting you know how lucky it is for everyone here that I have gone to the store. For I had a whole stream prepared, but it was thwarted. It was thwarted by the gaping dragon. You see, right when I was ready to set and schedule the live stream, Avriel decided he would bring his gaping dragon on as a live stream, and I couldn't stream over that good man. He's on the board. So, in exciting news, he didn't face the gaping dragon alone. If you want to go over there and see the part, Foxman is at his side as wonderful things happen. It's all about setting a good role model or something. But the stream that was gonna happen, that did not happen because of the gaping dragon, was inspired by Benjamin Boyce bringing on his lady friend in episode 22 over on the X. It turns out if you're on the X and you're watching this because you clicked on it in your thingy, you can see it bigger and broader if you go to the username /live, like where it says in your URL. If you just cut off most of that and put live at the end, you can watch it wider or something. I know you can on desktop. Blue Church card of the show is the 7 of clubs. Yeah, let's have some branding beverage drink thing. Howdy, everybody. Hope you're feeling virtually not alone. This show is brought to you by the Shadow Cabal of production executives, including Upcycle Club, the German Dragon, Stephen D20, and those that wish to remain in the shadows. Oh, we already said that part. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember it.
Although this world will devastate you, and rejoice although this world will penetrate you, and rejoice although you will not survive. Rejoice you'll never make it out alive.
Excellent rehearsal, gentlemen.
And rejoice your hair, it smells like burning hair. Oh, rejoice, your nails all got chewed off. Oh, rejoice, and holy fuck, you're bleeding there. Oh, rejoice, you burn your whole beard off. Rejoice despite the fact this world will hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
Hey, I love that one. That's gorgeous. Thank you, brother. Wait, who's that brother?
Andrew Jack.
For those of you who don't spend all day scrolling, have I got some news for you. Over in Australia, they're realizing that there's contaminants in things they input in themselves, and they're very upset about it. Meanwhile, over in the UK, they're saying that let's go with that euthanasia thing. If they want to off themselves, let's medically help them. Let's change the laws about human life and dignity and advertise it to a certain racial demographic and see if they off themselves. Because, see, that's the thing. I had this whole stream set up before the Gaping Dragon that was based off of, because that's what Benjamin Boyce and his lady were talking about, is the euthanasia and how terrible that was. And I did my research and made it, played with the Chat GPT, which, interestingly enough, also in the news today, won't your Chat GPT friend won't say the name David Mayer, as in David Mayer de Rothschild, this gentleman right here. And that's fascinating. What does he have to say?
And you transport it out of your mind and you put it onto paper and you plant that stake and you tell someone your dream, you act on that dream becomes an adventure. So technically we're all adventurers. It may be undertaking a computer programming course. It may be, my adventure may be climbing a mountain, maybe going on a date. It's often an adventure. And those adventures create stories. And stories are the foundation of who we are. Humanity is based on stories. Everything we do, stories we...
You just segued brilliantly into our next segment. I did something I have never done before, and I don't know how to feel about having done it. And it might be something for which I need to repent. Or it might be like a very profitable guerrilla marketing plan for the fella, and he'll cut me in. But I've shared my first Wojak, I think they're called, memes. And I think this one is called Wife Jack. And I shared a picture of her saying, "Babe, what's home math?" Because I was still on the Benjamin Boyce page when I got back from going to the grocery store, and he was freaking out because somebody had her say, "Babe, what's the woke right?" But that's too French for anybody to really care about, so I stretched it to something more people knew about, and that's the lovely home math fella. And I linked to his little profile thing, which goes to his YouTube content. Is it this one? No, that's the surprise part. Okay, sorry. Oh.
Keep it coming. Never go, I'll never die. I love you. I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
And so what I did then was I linked to this, and then I started watching his latest, which that was a brilliant segue to, and it's about this lady. Well, stay in the studio. It's about this share this tab instead. It's about this lady who goes on to TikTok after she does a date, and then all the dating and the story and the analysis of the story. But check this out. He pitches the piss out of that terrible person, Ken Wilber, who we know is a bad man because of that lecture by Peter Jones at the society that renamed itself. The Reapers have the clips. Ask him on the Discord. But anyway, check him pimping Ken Wilber.
Dating when you're fat sucks.
It sure does. You know what else sucks? Dating someone fat. That's why this girl is smoking and presumably drinking. She's like, what am I doing with this guy? And that's why your bad date, the viral shortest first date ever that left you mortified, was mostly your fault. Because if you look like this on Bumble, but you look like this in real life, you're gonna get a few short dates. And you shouldn't be surprised. This is Maggie Smith. She just blew up on TikTok, that's a lot of likes, for a sad story about who needs to learn how to treat others. And I'm going to explain why using the All Quadrants, All Levels consciousness map by Ken Wilber, who hopefully has a great sense of humor, since his life's work in consciousness and spirituality is becoming increasingly associated with a YouTuber named Homath. That's a lot of likes. Here he is having a sense of humor, and here he is all jacked and swole like me. Great minds think alike.
And it was at that point, when something I had seen, I needed others to see, and that's why you get this.
Other than samsara, samsara is not other than nirvana. So if you're cutting off samsara, you're cutting off nirvana. It doesn't make sense. So you don't want to just detach from this or this or this. You want to embrace. You want to include. And that's an ultimate unity consciousness. That's not just an unmanifest cessation of pure nirvana.
Now, there are some key points. That we're going to have to go over about this moment. But first, I would like to suggest that the deal is that we breathe in, we breathe out. We attach, we detach. We attach, we detach. We go to sleep, we wake up. It's not, hey, let's go this way. Hey, it's like that. It's, the rhythm. But the important part is was I triggered? Was I triggered by this? He was showing these images of this man whose stuff he was selling, but in the reality of the now, he's turned into an old lady. And now this entire video I have for you here, I'll give you the link so you can see the full explanation. The video is called "Why Does Ken Wilber Lay a Wig?", which he tells a believable but bullshit story. And the truth of it is obviously that he's an old woman now. And because that is the loveliest blouse I have seen in quite some time. And look at the way it shows skin beneath it. It looks like claw marks. It's sexually exciting. It's a lovely blouse he's in. And LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. LARP. We have the ability to LARP and LARP hard. That was a McMo one, I think. I believe that was a McMo masterpiece. I think that was his stylistic impression, signature thereof. Okay. So Trump gets elected, and then a Rothschild dies in a fire, and then ChatGPT won't say like parts of his name. The part of his name where it'll tell you about the guy, but not if you use that Meyer thing. It's weird. Oh, look, it's the 9 of clubs. It's the Canadian that card for the show. Where were we? Oh, yes. Most aside from a lot of opinionations, what it really spared you from, the gaping dragon, what it really spared you from was what I'm giving you now. So you weren't spared anything, but a lot of backstory about it, I guess.
The scenario you've outlined is speculative, but rooted in legitimate concerns about how political labels, mental health diagnoses, and euthanales could intersect under extreme conditions. Let's unpack the idea. Trump derangement syndrome and DSM inclusion. Trump derangement syndrome, TDS, is currently a colloquial term, not a clinical diagnosis. It's used pejoratively to describe individuals displaying intense emotional reactions to Donald Trump. Inclusion of TDS, similar politically linked syndromes in the
Yes, who got the corns? I know people are getting +4s for this. Oh, look! Oh, look, thank you for tickling the Ko-fi bot there without the link at the top. That's great. That's great. Well, Joy says that David Mayer is not dead. Who's the one that died in the fire then? Who's the one that died in the fire if it wasn't him? Yes, there's your +4s. There's your +4s. Oh, did it? Did it? It didn't disappear from StreamYards. Isn't that fast? Is this the one that disappeared out there, or did one disappear from StreamYards? Oh, there's 33 people watching. What's going on? We're bending the matrix. Well, if that's the case, one of you guys are going to want to OBS clip that and then tweet it, right? Right? Catching them in the act. It'll probably go viral. I bet that's a good one. That's a good one. First one to OBS, you get like +10 to next stream saves because that's a lot of work. But wow. Wow, right? I'm going to play this. I don't know that I've given you guys this brand new branding at all yet. This could be a premiere of brandings.
This is how I steer. This is me chasing this thing, you know? Yeah. This is how I steer. Yeah. This is me chasing this thing, you know? Yeah.
Welcome to November's End Live. Oh, Fayu-chan. That's we're getting to that. You see, it's not ever clickbait. Delivers on the title, delivers on the thumbnail. The thumbnail I'll enjoy delivering on first and foremost. But I'm gonna finish this bit. Yeah, what's this bit? Okay, what you did is you asked this poor machine thing the following. You said, if Trump gets Trump derangement syndrome in the next DSM, would leftists in Canada be at risk for being pressured into mental illness made for their political beliefs? You see, it's if they extend the euthanasia services to the mentally ill, and then like being on the wrong political side is clearly mental illness, then you just execute your political opponents in service of Thanos.
Remember, Embody, there is no agency. We want what's best.
And now,
the list? Yes, any of the first level ones.
I'm gonna get a soda. Anyone want one? Hey, Graham, I'm not in the room, right?
What room?
Right.
I want to cast magic missile.
The room where he's casting all these spells from.
He hasn't cast anything yet. I am though. If you'd listen, I'm casting magic missile. Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness.
All right, here it is. Here it is. Once upon a time, there was this.
What I will say of this virus, I think we're in the middle of a massive experiment worldwide. And that
Where are
is
the guinea pigs?
maybe the experiment is, will people listen to scientists?
And we know how that experiment turned out. And turns out that same truth teller, the truth teller, it said today is November 30th. Today, just after a week in Scorpio, the sun crosses Ophiuchus, where it will visit for 3 weeks. So, if you thought you were a Sagittarius, you're actually a Scorpio, or more likely, an Ophiuchian. An Ophiuchus. Now, this is interesting on one level because Ophiuchus here is lies between Aquila serpens, Scorpius, Sagittarius, Hercules. But the thing of it is, where does it say what it's called? The serpent bearer, right there. There it is. The meaning of Ophiuchus is serpent bearer, right? Oh, you're not showing a damn thing. You're trusting Wikipedia. It's a terribly unreliable source, but nonetheless, that's what it says. Maybe they got that part right. Maybe it does mean serpent bearer, and maybe it also is Rascal. Huh? Right, it said it there. You didn't show where it said it. There. It says it right there it is. The brightest star of which is Rascal. Welcome and meet Rascal. He's pretty fascinating. It's a star rotating so fast it has squashed itself and has a fascinating connection to the mythology of healing snakes. That's what they used data from the Chara array to make this image of Rascal, showing its elongated shape. A jewel of a star easily visible on summer evenings and not far from the summer triangle. Rascal is a mere 48 light years away. 48 light years away. So if there was going to be somebody from nearby...
So say we all, yuck, 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 ho, ho, ho.
Now what'll that asshole think of next? Is anybody got a dime?
I listen to him. I think he is telling us the truth. That is indeed what he wants. Those of you who are sort of sniffing for duplicity or grift or dishonesty, I don't smell any of that here. I think he's telling us, I see this guy, I see both of these guys, but I see this guy as being very, very genuine and honest. He is telling us exactly what he thinks.
And now I will share with you one of, as in tribute to the thumbnail, which the AI generated when I said inverted pyramid, and the general and the inverted pyramid, and that's this guy right here.
Рабовладельцы поняли, что лучший раб – это тот раб, который даже не понимает, что он раб, а наслаждается своими цепями. Вот представьте, раб.
I don't know if that's an accurate translation, but I do like what the captions say. Let's see. But from his the slave owners had supervisors and slaves. At some point, they have long words. At some point, the slave owners realized that the best slave is a slave who doesn't even understand that they're a slave. A slave in chains is tempted to escape and needs supervisors to whip them and stuff. Money has to be paid to those supervisors. Whatever could we do so that the slave would work for us voluntarily? He needs to be given what he wants, which is freedom. But then he wouldn't be a slave. Instead, we'll give them the illusion of freedom. And the way we'll do this is by this pyramid. You see, you have one pyramid in which there's the top of the pyramid, which is us and our friends, and then the guys in the middle. But see, there's this other important part called the inverted pyramid here, where this is who gets to know what about how the world actually works. And that part is the inverted pyramid in the general and the inverted pyramid. He's the guy who convinced me that he let me know that the desert that the Jews marched around in for 30, 40 years or whatever takes about 2 weeks to cross. Because you see, when they tell it to us, we think it's like the Sahara, and it took them that long to get there. No, they marched them around until everybody who knew the old ways died, and then they had only the people who were programmed in the new programming were alive. And then Exodus 22, the usury only outside of the. Thanks to our executive producers, Upcycle Club, the German Dragon, and Stephen D20.
Imagine a world where boundaries blur between reality and fiction, with Mikhail Gorbachev leading the charge. Gorbachev didn't just challenge political norms, he dared to break the fourth wall in storytelling. "Tear down that fourth wall," he exclaimed, inviting us into a new era of engagement. His metaphorical call wasn't for Berlin alone. It was a clarion call to storytellers and audiences alike. Engage directly, break barriers, and foster a dialogue. Gorbachev's words echo in the halls of creativity. As storytellers, it's our turn to tear down that fourth wall, inspired by Gorbachev's daring challenge. Join us in this creative revolution. Tear down the walls that confine your stories. Share, like, and subscribe for more inspiration.
Okay, and you see, the point about that is bring me your anti-Semites, because I can explain to them that there's this concept, if somebody marched them in the desert and killed off the old ways, who do you think that was? They did it. No, that's the pharaohs. The pharaohs know that if you hate middle management, you don't hate the pharaohs, you hate middle management. So you're a sucker, you play right in for it. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, that was a stream. Slack, what's that project, the thing that you're subjecting me to? We can pitch that to the people interested in that sort of thing.
People are remarkably calm, and obviously I'm not saying we all have to lose our minds, but it is interesting. People are very disconnected. People are like, wild times. Like, that's the most you're getting out of normies about any of this. They're like, wild times. Wild times out there. And you're like, well, maybe it requires more analysis than that. Well, there's some wild times happening. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's the only thing you should say about it. They're all just showing up. Hopefully none of this is a plot, none of it's coordinated, none of these people are... I'm hoping that that's the case. That would be lovely. They used to put so much work into lying to it. Now there's no work being put into the lies. That should offend you the most. It's really amazing that they don't put any work into the lying. They don't put any work into the fucking lying anymore. Man, they used to really come up with fucking good lies. It would take years and journalists to unravel these lies. Move on.
All right, now let's tie it all back together. If you remember way at the beginning, this.
Fragmentation and reunification around symbols, institutions, hierarchies, structures. It's interesting to me to watch you very winsomely and compellingly create a vision for reunification.
You remember? Watch this. Watch this. No, and then Pope Francis has suggested that the Catholic and the Orthodox churches celebrate the prime 1700th anniversary of the Council of Nicaea together. Next year. That they celebrate the Council of Nicaea together. Isn't that fascinating? See, there's the big tie-in. And then don't forget, this is what Ken Wilber looks like in his blouse there. And you can get the wonderful general grind with washed Ethiopian Gucci and honey processed hootenanny, Colombian. We process them with.
About to go into a dark winter.
Wait a minute. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. You can leave. But Jasmine just put out a new video, and I watched it. And at the front part, he's got all these little pictures that fly into his crotch. And I would have shown you that video, even though it's too quiet. But the pictures fly into your crotch, man. It's too weird, bro. It's too weird. Love you.